Hi everyone, I'm going to run through today's price action and we're starting with the euro dollar. Okay, here's our Asian session, high and low. Now the first breakout of the day was here, short with your stop over the high. If you're just trading new highs and lows, obviously you would have skipped that trade. And then your next trade was a long from the low with a breakout here. Okay, at which point you're hedged. There's a small profit there. If you're doing the stop and reverse money management, if you like, if you want to call it that, then obviously you would have closed out your short and gone long. At this point here, if you want to keep stacking trades, you had an option to look for a second short here, but it didn't happen. If you're new to this and you're not getting the flow, initially we're looking for a long or a short, okay? But once you've taken a short, you're presuming that price is going to continue short, okay? So the next trade is always going to be a long, okay? Unless you close this out, of course. Okay, so we're short and then we're looking for a long, and then we're long. If we were going to add another trade, we'd be looking for a short. You might just have got tapped in on a short there. So let's run through. So you're doing every direction change, okay? So you would have gone short, long in a hedge, and then you would have been short again. Then price breaks long, taking out this short. So then you'd be looking for a short again, okay? Because the last trade was long. You're looking for that direction change. This one would have stopped out as well, and then you would you'd still be long here on your single long trade because we've had no shorts set up. Obviously, you could have just closed out here for a profit. Okay, and now let's run through imagining you're doing just high-low trades. So we didn't have any new highs here, so we're making new lows. We're looking for a breakout long, and it eventually comes here. Okay, and then from this point we're making new highs, so then we'd be looking for shorts from there. Okay, and that never came, so you'd just be in one position long, again either holding till the next day or closing out for profit. Okay, let's just skip over to the pound dollar. Okay, so just high-low trades first. Basically the same scenario. This was your first breakout from the low. We hadn't had any new highs at this point. At this point we're making new highs, so you'd be looking for shorts, and they didn't come until here. So at this point you would be hedged with a long from here and a short from here, or you would have closed out your long. Okay, I'm not going to go into exits. I've done that a lot in videos recently, so I don't want to keep going over old ground in every video, because it's going to get mighty boring. But by all means, if you're still a bit confused by that, then leave a comment and we'll talk through the various options again. Let's have a look at GU, saying you just want to sort of trade all of the breakouts. Okay, this obviously would have been your first short. Then because you're short, you're looking for a long. This would be your first long, either hedge or take profit depending on what you decided. Then a short triggers here, so now you'd be two short and one long, and then it reverses again, and without stopping any of these shorts out, you get a second long trigger as well. Price then breaks up, taking out your two shorts, and your two longs would have been your winners. As you can see, price has moved today. It made a decent move down, and then it went long. And as you can see, running through all these variations, all of them made profit. At the end of the day, what you pick to trade isn't going to make you the profit or not. It's the movement of the market, and obviously to some extent your exit point. So again, don't get bogged down with trying to work out which version is best. Play with all of the versions on your demo account. Find out what feels comfortable for you, what fits in with your surroundings. When you get really comfortable with the whole logic around the system, you can be more expressive with the way you trade. Now, as an example, I'm pretty much just trading the high and low at the moment, but today I missed these two bars and I missed this bar as well, and I started trading here. Okay, so I just assess the situation, and I'm just going to show you the actual trades that I took today. So this was my first trade short. I started here. Okay, doesn't matter where you start really, it's just the movement that matters. Okay, obviously with hindsight it would have been better to start here, okay, dependent on exit, where you decided to exit. But again, I don't get bogged down with trying to do the best all the time. I know the system is going to give me a constant flow of opportunities to profit. Okay, so I know really I just kind of need to flow with price. Okay, so I took this short here, then I took this long here. Okay, then price reversed again, so I took another short here, then price reversed again, and I took another long here. Price broke out, my two shorts stopped out. When we made this new high here, I closed my second long, covering my profit and covering my losses, and giving me some profit. And then I let my other long run to the end of this bar actually, and I've closed it out now. I considered here stacking or holding for the next day, but I'd made decent profit. I decided in this instance to bank the profit and then come back and start again tomorrow. Again, whatever you decide is not going to, your whole trading is not going to hinge on those decisions. If the market moves and you participate and you're consistent, and that doesn't mean doing exactly the same thing every day, but you're consistent in your approach, then over time, you make consistent gains. I think a lot of people come to trading and they think, unless I get the equation perfect and I repeat that equation over and over again, then that's the only way to make profit. And I think the members who've been here for a while now are starting to realize that a lot of that is in your head, and it isn't actually borne out in reality of how the market really operates. So that was it today. Pretty straightforward, nice moves for a Monday. Some people hit their weekly target already. I'm just over my weekly target, but I think I'm going to give it another day tomorrow. Had a bit of a discussion more on this target thing. If you want to aim for a target and then stop trading and you find that difficult, then pull up a demo account as well. Continue trading on your demo account after you've hit your target. Compare your results. If over time you realize that you'd be better increasing your target or not using one at all and just trading all of the opportunities, then again, be creative and imaginative and let your system and how you trade evolve. Don't think that when they talk about discipline in trading, it means being completely robotic. Okay, because the market, essentially the movement of price when you're using candlesticks to trade is a random pattern. Okay, so being robotic is not going to give you an edge. If you find it to be an edge, then that's just an anomaly, and anomalies never last. And what we're all trying to do here in this group is just be consistent. Okay, You know, you're going to have horrible weeks. You're going to have horrible periods trading this way, but you're going to have that with every system. So, you know, just kind of, if anything, be a little bit more relaxed about the rules and think more of the bigger picture and the logic of what makes this profitable or not. Okay, so that's it for today. I will do another update, probably not tomorrow unless we get some sort of interesting scenarios. Probably Wednesday I'll do another update.